My name is Suhas, and today I'm going to be talking to you about cycling as a way of commute. Um, and what I will also try to do with this video, and I intend to do, is dispel any myth that you folks have around cycling as a way of commuting, especially in cities like Bangalore, where we don't have roads, bad conditioned roads is what I mean, and a lot of traffic. For you to get started with cycling, first things first, you need a bike. If you don't have a bike, you will need to go and get yourself a good pair of wheels and a comfortable saddle, right? What I mean to say is you need to get yourself a good bike. There are three categories of bike that are available in the market today. First up is a hybrid bike. Hybrid bikes are very comfortable as far as for the posture, for riding in cities. They're meant for riding in cities, they're meant for commuting. They have thinner tires, which means lesser friction with the road, which means it's easier for you to cycle using a hybrid bike. Second is mountain bike. They again have a comfortable posture. The frame gives you or lets you have a comfortable posture, again good for you to ride in cities. They're slightly aggressive though than the hybrid, but they're comfortable. The difference though is they have thick tires, which means there's more friction with the road, which means slightly more difficult to ride them. But if you're living in a city like Bangalore, where we have rough roads, you might want to get yourself an MTB or a mountain bike. The next category is a road bike. This is usually used for performance biking, for racing, for riding long distance. Definitely not so comfortable to use on the roads for commuting. Yeah. So these are the main categories that are available in the market. There are multiple brands. Today the Indian bicycling market is quite expansive, quite comprehensive. A lot of brands available, mostly non-Indian, and a good variety. All shapes, forms, colors, prices. So you're in a good place if you're willing to go and spend some money and get yourself a good bike. Okay, once you've got yourself a bike, the first accessory, or rather along with the bike, the accessory that you definitely need to buy is this. It's a helmet, saves your nut, extremely important from a safety standpoint, extremely important on Indian roads. So yes, get yourself a helmet along with the bike. There are many other accessories that you will get to buy, you will be tempted to buy, you might even need them when you start commuting, but first accessory will always be the helmet. bike and you've got your helmet, what you need to now do is wear comfortable clothing, a pair of shorts, a pair of cotton tees, any comfortable footwear. It could be your sneakers, it could be your sandals, anything that keeps your feet comfortable, and get out there and get your bum on the saddle, and pedal away for a few kilometers. To start with, going for some long rides on the weekends, just get comfortable with your bike. That's what it's important. All right, now you've got yourself comfortable with your bike. It's time now to start commuting, to start giving back to the environment that you live in. So what do you need for commuting? You've got yourself a helmet, you've got yourself a bike. For commuting, what's next important is a backpack. You get a lot of these backpacks in Decathlon, which is your neighborhood store, sports store, or any bag stores that you can walk in. A good 20-25 liter bag is all you need for commuting. This is my bag. This is what I use. I've been using this for I think a good 2 years, and I have everything in this bag. This is again a shoe bag that you get. This is again something I picked up in Decathlon. This is to keep my shoes. I ride to work every day, so I need to carry my work shoes in my bag, so that I change into them when I get to the office. I carry my work clothes in this bag too. What I also carry in this bag is my laptop. So a 15-inch laptop goes in comfortably. Yeah, it gets a little too heavy, but well, it's something that you got to do. You can't avoid, but these bags are quite comfortable on the back. They have good padding, so it's important when you pick up your bag that you check the padding that the bag has for your back, and of course your shoulder straps. They need to be comfortable too, because when you're riding, they're going to be on your back for how long, for whatever time you're going to be riding on the road. What I also carry is a bunch of accessories. For example, this one. This is a strap that I use. So what I do is when I go to work, I go to work in my cycling clothes, and I go into work and I refresh. I use a shower room. I change into my office clothes, change into my office footwear, and then I go to my desk. But once I'm done with the day in the evening, I don't usually have the same amount of patience. Yeah, it's a bit lazy to again go into the washroom, change your clothes and get into your cycling gear. So what I do is I just lock my pants, so to say, the leg of my pants, trousers. I just put these around them. They have reflectors on one end, so it's multi-purpose. This is to keep you seen on the road, visible on the road. This is also to keep your pants from getting dirty, down there. So, so yeah, this is an additional piece of accessory that I have. What I also carry is this. This is an important piece of accessory, especially during monsoons in Bangalore, when it rains quite a bit, pretty much every day, and it also rains just around the time that you're leaving office. Yeah, so the rain gods are quite kind to you. Yeah, so quite a handy accessory. It's a fluorescent, scream out loud rain jacket, which helps you be visible on the road. It's extremely light, so you can just wrap this into a ball and put it in your bag. You won't feel like you're carrying extra stuff. And of course it protects you from your bag or just you getting wet in the rain. So this is again useful. What I also carry, the next thing that I'm going to show is again interesting. This is a bag cover. What's also is um, good to know is to pick up a back cover that also doubles up as a reflective. So this cover is again scream out loud reflective colors that it has. It has the reflective markings so that motorists behind you see you on the road. Yeah, so this is again something that's important. This again gets folded into a small ball and it goes into your bag. You don't really feel that you're carrying something heavy in there. So this is what you need to commute. Of course, there are some additional accessories that help you on the road. For example, these come very handy. Of course, there's a debate. It's debatable whether you should be listening to music when you're commuting on the road. Some people say it's not safe, but I've been doing this for a year at least, continuously. I mean, everyday commute, and I find them actually safer. And the reason I say that is because the roads get really noisy. When you're traveling in the car or in a closed automobile, you don't hear the noise as much. Even when you're in a bike, you're wearing a helmet which is pretty much covering your ears. You don't hear as much noise. But trust me, when you're on a cycle and you're on a road, traveling in peak hours, it does get noisy. So these are primarily to help you cut the noise away. So you use them, but you don't blast music on full volume. You listen to music on maybe half moderate volume. So what it does is it cuts down the noise level, the road noise level, but it also allows you to be attentive to what's happening around you. So I would definitely suggest getting a good pair of earphones. Last accessory that I use is not last, but yeah, I would say second last, is a pair of eyewear. Of course, these are Oakley's. I wouldn't promote, I'm not promoting, or I wouldn't say Oakley's are the only eyewear that you need to wear, but these help me, and I picked this up because I just don't do commute. I also do long distance cycling, which runs into hundreds of kilometers and in hot sun. So I need these to keep myself cool. Last accessory that I would talk about is this band. This is something which can be really handy. It has information such as your name, your blood group, and your emergency contact numbers. God forbid if something happens to you on the road, this is something that people could see and get in touch with your loved ones. So I would say extremely handy piece of accessory, and I wear them all the time whenever I'm on the bike. All right, for the last few minutes about cycling, commuting, you learned about my experience, you've seen my experience, you've seen commuting through my eyes. So I would say it's really time for you to get out there, make use of your legs, and yes, save Earth. All right, now let's take a look at my personal benefits. Yes, I've lost 20 plus kilograms in the last 1 year that I've been cycling. Not just losing weight, but it's improved my cardiovascular, skeletal, and muscular strength. Cycling is one such sport that helps you work out your entire body. I've also quit smoking, I've quit alcohol, I've also turned vegetarian. Now I'm not here to debate about what's good, vegetarian or non-vegetarian. All I'm saying is once you start cycling, it just doesn't limit to just cycling. It then makes you think what you're doing with your body. It makes you think what you're putting inside your body, right? It's a more disciplined lifestyle. You start thinking green, you start thinking sustainable. Life's also opened up to a lot more amazing things for me. Yoga, meditation, running, all of this is something that I've started after I've gotten into cycling. I've also saved some monies. I have saved about 30,000 Indian rupees. This is just on fuel, not to include the water that I've saved or the maintenance charges that I've saved. Had I used my car more frequently, today I get my car out of the garage only when I have to drive out of town. Otherwise, I do everything on my cycle. I go to office on cycle, I do my errands, I go out to meet friends, I go out to movies, everything I do using my cycle to commute. I've also given back to planet Earth. I've avoided 1.3 tons of carbon dioxide emission. This is carbon footprint that I've avoided. This is not counting the residue from car tires, brake pads, and asphalt erosion, which happens usually when cars ply on roads. I've also saved time. 28 working days is what I've added back to my year. So every year I'm 28 days richer. This is pretty much the amount of time that I would have spent waiting on road in traffic signals had I used my car for my commute. I've also avoided all the road rage, the honking, and of course road rage related stress. When you get to office or when I get to office every day after my commute, I'm all set to take the day on. And when I get back home in the evening after my commute, I'm all refreshed and ready to start another day. That's what cycling does to you. I've constantly been asked this question on security, safety on the road while commuting. Um, there's a few key things that I'd like to highlight. One is, of course, it's difficult and it's, I think, not rational to sit in a closed automobile and try and get a feel and a sense of how one would feel when sitting on a bike on the road. For you to experience and for you to feel or get the real feeling of what it is to bike on road, you should actually get on a bicycle. For example, sometimes I've had to take the car out when I was unwell, when I was hurt, when it was raining too much, and I myself, having commuted to a large extent, sometimes I am baffled when I'm sitting inside a car and I'm looking out on the road. Sometimes the road that I used to commute, when I look at it and I look at the traffic condition, I think to myself, how do I cycle on this road? So it is really hard for you to look at bicycling with a lens, with the same lens as you would when you're driving. I think that's not rational. That's one. But once you do get yourself on the bicycle, there are really two important things that you need to know. One, you need to do everything that you can to make yourself visible on the road. So the reflective jackets, the loud colors, anything that you can do. Get yourself highly visible on the road. That's one. Rule number one. The second thumb rule is always give the right of way to the motorist. Never assume that it's your right of way, even if it is in all logical sense. Never assume it is your right of way. If you see motorists around you, always give the right of way to the motorist. That ways you will stay safe. There's something that's called as defensive riding. So if you practice defensive riding, and if you make yourself highly visible on the road, if you just follow these two thumb rules, I think you'll stay safe.